For most folks there's a spot that lives forever, deep down within their fondest memories. Though I have been a rover, I've never seen any place that I would rather be. When it's around the time in Texas and the bloom is on the sage, how I long to be in Texas, riding on the range, to smell the bacon frying when it's sizzling in the pan. Hear the breakfast corn in the early morn, drinking coffee from a can. Just riding, rocking, roping, pounding leather all day long. Just a swinging, swaying, sweating, listen to the cowhand song. How it beckons and a reckon I would work for any wage, just to be again, to be free again when the bloom is on the set. Oh, when it's round up time in Texas and the bloom is on the stage, how I long to be in Texas, riding on the range, and the purple hills are calling, calling me afar. Come back again to the Rio Grande and lonesome Texas star. How I'm longing to be living where the prairie flowers grow. I'd be willing to start walking for the land that I love so. How it beckons and I reckon I would work for any wage, just to be again, to be free again when the bloom is on the stage. To be again, to be free again when the bloom is on the stage. Well, it ain't Sunday yet, but never too early, I guess. This is one of my favorite old songs. Down a dusty trail I wander, heading for a place out yonder, where no one can ever stray, they say, and no one ever fails. Though I'm going one way only, I am never, never lonely, for the blessed Lord is by my side. We ride the dusty trails. Dusty trails are happy trails as I ride the hills and dales. The beauty of His love He constantly unveils. He is always my companion on the plains or in the canyon. Yes, the blessed Lord is by my side. We ride the dusty trails. As I ride, the sand is shifting, but each mile my spirit's lifting. Even though above my head the dreaded storm clouds ever sail, dangers here cannot alarm me. Nothing on the trail can harm me, for the blessed Lord is near to guide. We ride the dusty trails. Dusty trails are happy trails as I ride the hills and dales. The beauty of His love He constantly unveils. He is always my companion on the plains or in the canyon. Yes, the blessed Lord is by my side. We ride the dusty trails. The blessed Lord is by my side on dusty trails. Well, this session is titled Equine Partners. and I got a couple of those at home. And I was watching them during some of the storms that we had in Texas this spring. And you watch horses, and they, when a wind blows up, they always huddle up and turn their backs to it. They don't like to have their faces in the wind. And I've actually heard that sometimes pilots, if they don't have a windsock, that's how they tell which way the wind's blowing. So this song was kind of inspired by that. Figured maybe we could learn something from All Tail to the Wind. Well, we all wake up some days with every reason to frown, but a norther don't get warmer 'cause you let it blow you down. So don't let it rattle you. Do like the horses do and just turn your tail to the wind. Like skunk upon the breeze, bad news is first to get around. And there'll be folks who want to puff until they blow your house down. But just 'cause a rock is in your road don't mean you have to stub your toe. Just turn your tail to the wind. When things get rough, don't forget, even in a gale, if you put it at your back, you're bound to sail. So when your hair is in your eyes and grit is in your face, you've been blowing and a-going like your whole life is a race. Don't let it make you blue. Do like the horses do and just turn your tail to the wind. 'Cause life will deal you cyclones like the story goes. Even those can carry you somewhere over the rainbow. So when it seems you're moving backward every step you take, learn to let things whistle by. Don't carry so much weight and you'll have aces in your hand. If you watch how the horses stand, always turn with their tails to the wind. Yeah, just ask a horse or two, they'll say leave the heavy loads to the mules. Just turn your tail to the wind. Hi-yo-da-da-dee. This next song is from about the 1920s, and that was before I was born. Oh, you keep me waiting till it's getting aggravating. You're a slowpoke. I wait and worry, but you never seem to hurry. You're a slowpoke. Well, time means nothing to you. I wait and then you're late again. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9:45. Why should I linger every time you snap your finger, little slowpoke? Why can't you hasten when you see the time's a wasting? You're a slowpoke. Dear, why should I keep trying to change you? It's not the thing to do. Guess I'll have to learn to be a slowpoke too. Yeah, you keep me waiting till it's getting aggravating. You're a slowpoke. I wait and worry, but you never seem to hurry. You're a slowpoke. Dear, why should I keep trying to change you? That's not the thing to do. Guess I'll have to learn to be a slowpoke too. Guess I'll have to learn to be a slowpoke too. People tell me I'll understand that one better when I'm married. No, actually, that kind of reminds me of horses I've been on, you know, at like dude ranches and stuff. They only know one speed. And this next song was written by Dave Stamey, but I got to go on a pack trip the last couple summers in Washington State, in the Passaic Wilderness. And we would ride about 25 miles and camp in the mountains for 5 days, and it was a lot of fun. We had pack mules, and the only thing about it was that there was some folks, guests along on the ride that were not what you might call horse inclined. So, yeah, the word for that would be dudes. I run myself a dude's train out here on the eastern slope. I got horses and mules and swayback nacks, and I ain't sure giving up hope of ever keeping my head above the water. It's enough to make you lose your mind when them dudes show up with their credit cards and listen to them as they whine. Well, lead them up the canyon with my hat low over my eyes. My old pards from the bumper days wouldn't know me in this disguise, 'cause I used to be hale and hearty, but now I'm thin and pale from showing these guns with the heart of the West on the damn thing dude string trail. And I say, don't let me stay up in the seat. We'll stop so you can take a picture. And if your pony tries to quit the trail, just shout and I'll come get you. Well, son, don't wave that jacket around. Lady, could you calm your little girl down? They don't bounce much when they hit the ground out here on the dude string trail. Every one of them's an expert horseman, ready to astound you with what they know. There's housewives and sailors and CPAs, and they all used to ride in rodeos. They show up in skirts and sandals and shorts way up on the thigh, and then they dump with their heels and they jerk on the reins, and them ponies just roll their eyes. And I said, don't let me stay up in the seat. Stop so you can take a picture. And if your pony tries to quit the trail, shout and I'll come and get ya. Oh, son, don't wave that jacket around. Lady, could you calm your little girl down? No, they don't bounce much when they hit the ground out here on the dude string trail. One day I'm gonna sell out and I'll get me a place in town where the mules don't bray, the ponies don't neigh, and there ain't no dudes around. And I'll dig ditches, I'll clean sewers, I'll even pick up litter for pay, just as long as I'm 150 miles from any place I might have to say. Don't let me stay up in the seat. We'll stop so you can take a picture. And if your pony tries to quit the trail, I'd heck with it. Well, son, don't wave that jacket around. Lady, could you calm your little girl down? They don't pounce much when they hit the ground out here on the dude string trail. I figure we could do one y'all sing along with. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Y'all sure aren't as loud as the Texas crowd. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken. So I hung my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. my daddy's at home in Texas feeding horses for me this week, so I figure I'd do this for him. She's laughing and dancing the night away with every step he takes. She's crazy about him, it's easy to see. He's sweeping her off her feet. The man that she loves is holding her tight. She's dancing on daddy's boots tonight. Softly they glide to an old fiddle tune with every step on her daddy's boots. The man that she loves is holding her tight. She's dancing on daddy's boots tonight. Well, she's 5 years old, all giggles and grins. Before you know, she'll be 10. Time passes by and you can't get it back. Little girls grow up too soon. The man that she loves is holding her tight. She's dancing on daddy's boots tonight. Softly they glide to an old fiddle tune with every step on her daddy's boots. The man that she loves is holding her tight. She's dancing on daddy's boots tonight. Yes, the man that she loves is holding her tight. She's dancing on daddy's boots tonight. I'm going to do a couple more, and then y'all are going to get the treat to hear some of the other performers. Brigid's going to get up here with me, and we're just going to have some fun. So, started with a Texas song, might as well close out with a Texas song. I want to drink my Java from an old tin can while the moon goes riding high. I want to hear the song of the whippoorwill. I want to hear those coyotes cry. I want to feel my saddle horse between my spurs when I'm riding him out on the range, just to kick him in the side, making sure I step in pride back on the Texas plains. Yellow-lady, yellow-lady, is. Brigid, you want to get up here? 127, perfect. I met Brigid a couple of years ago in Monterey, California, and at a festival, and we played some there, and then we played together in Elko, Nevada, and then we haven't seen each other for a year and a half, so this is kind of a reunion. We rehearsed about a couple minutes in the green room, but...
Hopefully.
See?
Yes.
Okay.
We're good. We're out.
1, 2, 3. I hear you talking. Yes, I do, but you talking don't ring true. I'm listening lightly too, but I don't believe a word you say. I hear you talking, you're telling lies. I can see them in those great big eyes. Well, I hear you talking jive, don't believe a word you say. You say I'm your honey love, and I'm talking. Yes, I do, but your talking don't ring true. I'm listening politely too, but I don't believe a word you say. Well, you say I'm your honey love, and I'm all you're thinking of. Well, I hear you talking up, but you ain't been fooling me. I hear you talking, yes I do, but your talking don't ring true. I'm listening politely too, but I don't believe a word you say. I'm listening politely too, but I don't believe a word you say.
I recorded this next song on my latest CD. I have a new CD that I released this summer called Down the Trail. And this is a great song called Maiden's Prayer. Twilight falls, evening shadows fine. There 'neath the stars, a maiden so fair divine. Moon on high seems to see her there, and in her eyes is a light shining ever so bright. She whispers a silent prayer. Every word reveals her aching, broken heart. Broken by fate that kept them so far apart. Lonely there she kneels as she tells the Lord above. In her arms he belongs, and her prayer is a song, an unending song of love.
Milk Cow Blues.
All right.
He's got a one this afternoon.
When I woke up this morning, looked down doors, I could tell a milk cow, could tell the way she knows. If you see my milk cow driving right home, 'cause I ain't had no milk and butter since my milk cow's been gone. My brain is clouded, my soul is upside down. My brain is clouded, my soul is upside down. When you get that low down feeling, I know the blues must be somewhere around. Well, you better start treating me right, day by day. Get out your little prayer book, get down your knees and pray. You're gonna need my help someday. And you're gonna be sorry you treated me this way. Home. Well, good evening, don't that sun look good going down? Well, good evening, don't that sun look good going down? And don't you all look lonesome when your lover ain't around? And now I try to be thin, baby, to get along with you. And now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stop my crying and leave you alone. If you don't think I'm living, sweet mama, just count the days I'm gone. You're gonna need my help someday. And you're gonna be sorry you treated me this way.
We're gonna get Thatch Elmer up here. Y'all are gonna love this cowboy poet. He's like a little brother, and he's amazing. He's Bear River Buckaroo from Wyoming.
How are you guys today? Good. Well, this first one I'll do is the one that's about my horse. Every good cowboy poet's got to have a poem about his horse, so this is mine. It's called The Perfect Storm. There's a little sorrel pony that I like to keep close by. He's small and he's learning. This boy, he's full of try. He's punchy when they're ranching, moving cows or running steers. Gentle when we ride a fence and calm when murders are near. In the Brandon family, catch and drag and move towards the fire. Burn, hide, and vaccinate. Of this I never tire. Beneath me, Storm is sleek and smooth, and he seems to read my mind. He works the cows and sorts them too, never falling far behind. He's sorrel red in color with a blaze straight down his nose. 3 legs are white with stockings, and I don't mean pantyhose. He's calm and patient at open box, waiting for the score. At my nod, he tracks my calf as I throw my rope once more. Around his neck I rope that calf, and storm he hits the brakes. I jerk my slack and step off quick. The winning run I hope to make. I flank him and I tie him, and Storm holds him nice and tight. 2 wraps, a half, and hooey. We're in the money here tonight. He is the perfect ranch horse, and we make the perfect pair. But no matter where we're headed, my Storm will get me there. This next one is another one that I wrote, and where we live, we can ride and be we'll saddle up and be about a half a mile from what they call desert land and livestock, and we like to ride our horses up there. And so this is a poem I wrote about that. It's called Last Fall Ride. It's called the mountain desert out where we reside. We saddle up the ponies and head out for a ride. On the banks of the river where the St. John Deseret, it's a place that's close to heaven, and we ride without a fret. There's deer and elk upon the mountains and antelope out on the flat. I see beauty all around me through these eyes beneath my hat. McCarty's in my left hand, and we set out on a lope. My feet firm in the stirrups, and my right hand holds the rope. It's just a pleasure trail ride, maybe check a cow or two. We ride along the fence line, underneath the sky blue. Today I'm riding Kristyn, a solid sorrel mare. She's a horse I learned to ride on. She's gentle and she's fair. With my sister right beside me on her pretty buckskin lace, we ride along together at a slow and steady pace. We rode upon some heifers that have seemed to be astray. I checked the brand and recognized the arch above the J. Austin rides up to their left, and I just push him from the right. We move north along the fence until we have their herd in sight. We leave them to their grazing and watch them for a while. I think about this life I live, and it brings me to a smile. Talking as we're riding about horses, spurs, and bits, the reins used for roping and reins that we call split. Austin, she likes a snaffle with some pretty fancy tack, but for me, I'm more old-fashioned. I prefer a Bozell hack. Well, we've rode away the morning, and we'll soon be home. Fresh water for the horses, and we'll turn them out to roam. A midday sun is shining, and the breeze begins to blow. It's good to get in one last ride before the winter snow. Thank you. This next one is another horse poem, and I think it'll be my last one I'll do. It's written by probably one of the most famous authors. His name's Anonymous, and this poem is called The Tradition. You see, some folks just don't get it. They think owning a horse, well, it makes no sense. It takes too much time, too much equipment, and not to mention the expense. But the fondest memories of my life, they might think sound funny, were made possible by Mom and Dad, because they spent the time and spent the money. See, the most important lessons helping values grow so strong come from loving horses and passing that tradition on. Thank you.
We're going to do a couple songs for you. The first one I really like to introduce because, well, Tony wrote it.
Introduce this song.
No. Tony wrote this one about his rodeo days. And he doesn't always tell the truth about it. But he told me he wasn't very good at being a rodeo guy, bareback rider. But it was worth it, eating all that dirt. Because he could wear his number on his back into the dance that night and get all the women. So he wrote this song. It's called Cody Rodeo.
Those were the women that felt sorry for the cowboy that rode 3 seconds.
Whatever it takes.
Well, there's a cup of coffee riding on the dashboard. Prairie grass as far as I can see. I got $57 in my pocket. Yeah, that's enough to pay my entry fees. I didn't know it was this far across Nebraska. Yeah, the open road's the only life I know. One more cup of coffee and I'll lay this hammer down. I'll make it to the Cody Rodeo. Well, a while ago I met someone in Utah. She was the sweetest girl I've ever laid eyes on. She told me that she loved me and she started talking marriage. Come sun up, I was in my truck and gone. It's not that I don't care and it's not that I can't love her. Well, just want a man that's always on the go. One more cup of coffee and I'll lay this hammer down. I'll make it to the Cody Rodeo. My final rewrite, I'll head on up to glory. St. Peter meets me at them pearly chutes. I sport a brand new Stetson, put on a clean white shirt. By God, I'll even polish up my boots. I'll hear the trumpets playing and I'll hear the harps a singing. I'll hear angelic ringing on the bells. If there ain't no pickup trucks and there ain't no bucking horses, I guess I'll know I've died and gone to hell. I'm gonna pour a cup of coffee, I'll lay this hammer down. I'll make it to the Cody Rodeo. This is a song we haven't done in a while. Kind of a fun song. It's one we kind of let slip by the wayside, but I think we should do it.
Me too. Let's do it.
Well, I'm riding along, singing a song, sitting deep in the saddle, staring at the backside of cattle. Just riding along, singing a song, wishing the heck that I was back home instead, staring at the backside of cattle. Well, I'm feeling so free, but if you ask me, I'd be gnawing on a burger at the Dairy Queen. I long for the aroma of Mom's apple pie, but all I smell is cows. I think I'm gonna die. Riding along, singing a song, sitting deep in the saddle, staring at the backside of cattle. Saddle. I hate to complain, but the slicker's at home. It's pouring down rain. your rodeo in the air, but all I'm gonna see is bovine derriere. I'm riding along, singing a song, sitting deep in the saddle, staring at the backside of cattle. Lord, I'm staring at the backside of cattle. We got time for one more.
Well, this is a song that Tony wrote. Everybody who's owned a horse and lost a horse relates to this one.
You know, this is a sad song, and it kind of requires less of a happy instrument, but so maybe I can make this work.
Make it sad, Tony.
Sitting on this fence rail, watching the clouds go by, me and that old magpie. He thinks he's my pal. There's no sugar in my cup, I ain't got no sunshine, just rusty old horseshoes and an empty corral. Not so long ago, my world came falling down because you went away, and my happy smile just turned upside down. Now I'm just sitting, watching the clouds roll by, me and that old magpie. He thinks he's my pal. There's no sugar in my cup, I ain't got no sunshine, just rusty old horseshoes and an empty corral. We rode together upon that high and lonesome trail, but horses don't live forever. Now there's an empty saddle hanging there on the rail. So I'm just sitting, watching the clouds roll by, me and that old magpie. He still thinks he's my pal. There's no sugar in my cup, I ain't got no sunshine, just rusty old horseshoes and an empty corral. I've got rusty old horseshoes and an empty corral. Thank you so much, folks. We're really thank you, company.
That closes this hour, but I just want to say I forgot to introduce them, and they're awesome. So both really fine musicians, and I love their harmonies, and Many Strings and Company. I just want to thank y'all again.